Hey, public opinion aficionados, it's Mark Mitchell, head pollster of Rasmussen Reports, and really happy to join Gene Valentino at the Grassroots Truthcast today. I support his podcast. Go check it out and subscribe while you're there.
It's finally here, our second annual mega sale. This sale only comes around once a year, so take advantage of the best offers ever while you can. For example, save 50% on our Giza Dream bed sheets, as low as $29.98. And for the first time ever on TV, My Pillow mattresses and My Pillow mattress toppers as low as $99.98. And you save 50% on our Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets. Regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And our best-selling standard My Pillows, regular $49.98, on sale for $17.98. Wait on it, mega sale, only $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But wait, there's more. To make the mega sale even more special, when you order right now, your order's going to ship absolutely free.
Joining me now to discuss the conflict in the Middle East is Gene Valentino, principal at Trifecta Opportunity Capital and host of Grassroots Truthcast. Gene, thank you so much for joining us. What is your view of the Iran situation as the United States prepares to continue talks with Iran this week?
Well, thanks for having me. This is another example of America's patience. I was going to say over the last few weeks, it's really after over 47 years. Chris, I'm surprised that we've been as calm and cool as we have when another break in the agreement has just occurred. Nonetheless, Secretary Wright on the economic side is absolutely correct. I think we're going to see a balance in an economy because people can see the supply demand issues here in the United States not really being directly touched immediately. I mean, after all, our oil supply of those 20 million barrels a day you cited are not really going to the United States anyway. We are abundant rich in our own sources and even have our strategic oil supplies capped off again, which was not the case under the Biden administration, where we used the strategic oil reserve to support an economy. We supported an economy, and we did so through incentives and the imposition of penalties we call tariffs on third parties that were not acting as our allies. So there's a lot of dynamics in place. I think you'll be very pleased to see how this turns out. But I regret to say Iran did it one time too many. I think Donald Trump's going to dial it up and finish the job.
And staying with that, President Trump wrote on Truth Social this afternoon that a U.S. Navy destroyer blew a hole through an Iranian cargo ship trying to break the Hormuz blockade, once again validating his commitment here. What is your reaction to that?
Well, I regret it, but I'm not surprised. And it's more of what it just validates Donald Trump's position. Hey, for a guy who's accused of having so much bluster, look at how calm and collected he's been in not pulling the trigger figuratively. He's been pretty balanced in his approach, giving Iran every chance in the world to deliver. Chris, they haven't come through with their end of the deal. And I suspect Steve Witkoff's going to confirm that counsel with the president after Tuesday's meeting.
So U.S. Special Envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, like you mentioned, are heading back to the Middle East to get this deal across the finish line. Do you think that U.S. and Iran will come to an agreement this week? That's what the president wants.
Yeah. Well, let's face it. The president's given Iran every chance in the world to comply, get on board, and remain as a nation. What it tells me more subtly and less obvious is the regime of Iran has religious dictates that are imbued in their character and culture to kill America and Israel. And so I think if that's a religious dictate I think there's no alternative for them but to try to finish the job as well. We have only one option, and I think we're going to have to go and finish the job.
Yeah, and I know they're a regime that doesn't think in terms of 4-year cycles. They think in terms of 1,000-year type operation.
That's right.
So Iran said it's closing the Strait of Hormuz on Saturday. That was just one day after it said the strait was open for business. What explains the change up here?
I think Iran is so fragmented that one hand doesn't know what the other hand is doing is part of the issue, because we've already destroyed so much of their infrastructure already. But the real issue is that they just do they it's in their chemistry. They believe they've got to keep us off balance because they're so weak and buy more time. It ain't working this time. They're going down. It's not when, it's not if, it's when. And I think it's going to be sooner than later now. I suspect the side of Donald Trump no one is seeing is that he's pretty ticked off for this stunt that just happened yesterday, breaking the ceasefire agreement, when we've gone out of our way to be very accommodating. And by the way, accommodating for what? This isn't oil we're going to get. This is for the rest of the world. We should have many more grateful parties at our side helping us get through this endeavor.
President Trump says he'll order the military to attack Iranian bridges and power plants if Iran does not sign a deal this week and, sort of finish things like you're talking about. What would that mean for the already reeling Iranian economy?
Well, one thing for sure is he backed off, and I would have done the same thing, because the Iranian crazies are putting women and children around the very nuclear power plants that we were intending to strike. Well, the time has gone by. They're still not surrounding that power plant today, and I think the element of surprise is pending. The taking out of the last of their infrastructure will force, hopefully, a regime change, which they must do to come up with their own form, their own governance, so that we can go forward with them with a non-religious based governance, just like we did in Venezuela a few weeks earlier.
Gene, we just have a few minutes left. I want to get your read on this. Do you think that the potential destruction of Iran's bridges and power plants could have an impact beyond Iran into its neighbors or even the U.S.?
Well, yeah, and it impacts what I think Trump and the team are thinking, and that's to make sure you keep some of the infrastructure in place so that we can help them rebuild under a new regime, a friendly regime, a cooperative regime. A regime there where we can do what Trump does best, trade and promote economic incentives, not only for the rebuilding of Iran, but the rest of the world. We have our thumb on some of the oil in Venezuela, but we didn't have to take over the country. We can have a similar relationship in Iran to create more economic opportunities for not only us, but the surrounding Arab states, states that they turned their backs on and started firing missiles at their allies just a few weeks ago.
All right, Gene Valentino, principal at Trifecta Opportunity Capital and host of Grassroots Truthcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
It's finally here, our second annual mega sale. This sale only comes around once a year, so take advantage of the best offers ever while you can. For example, save 50% on our Giza Dream bed sheets, as low as $29.98. And for the first time ever on TV, MyPillow mattresses and MyPillow mattress toppers as low as $99.98. And you save 50% on our Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets. Regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And our best-selling standard MyPillows, regular $49.98, on sale for $17.98. Wait on it, mega sale, only $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But wait, There's more. To make the mega sale even more special, when you order right now, your order's going to ship absolutely free.